Hi, my name is Rabbi Jason Holtz from Bromley Reform Synagogue, and I'm joined on video today with my office plant. Go ahead and say hi to everybody out there. Don't be shy, say hi. My plant is being a little shy, but don't worry. Let me just say a few things about this plant. This plant is fantastic and I love it. That's why I wanted to share the story of this plant with everybody out there. This plant sits on the windowsill of my office and it just adds a lot of color and life to my office, and I love it for it. And I'm going to honor it today with the official Plant of the Year award and give it a spritz to reward it. Enjoy. You see, the lesson of valuing plants and honoring the land comes from this week's Torah portion of Behar. According to Behar, every 7 years the land is supposed to be allowed to rest. It's supposed to have a sabbatical year. What's the point of this? Well, some people have told me that the point is that it's an early agricultural law meant to allow the land to replenish itself and to allow nutrients to come back into the soil so that the land can be even better after the sabbatical year. Possibly, the way I see it, when something is allowed to be given a rest, when something is allowed to not produce, what the Torah is saying is that that thing has value beyond what it provides to others. Perhaps one of the best examples is the Shabbat, the Sabbath that people are commanded to enjoy every single week. You see, the Israelites were slaves in Egypt. They were forced to constantly work for somebody else's benefit. They were not valued except for what they could produce for somebody else, what they could produce for Egypt, what they could produce for the Pharaoh. When God took everybody out of Egypt, when God took the slaves out of Egypt, God was saying that those people, the Israelites, were worth more than what they could produce for somebody else, that they had an intrinsic worth, they had an intrinsic value. And the way to demonstrate that is to say that one day a week on the Shabbat, these people, these Israelites, these former slaves didn't have to do work at all. They didn't have to produce for somebody else. They didn't have to create for somebody else. They could simply spend time with their family, with their friends, with their community, worshiping God, spending time to become refreshed and relaxed, and giving that time to something that's actually a bit more important than simply producing for somebody else's benefit. People are more than simply workers. People are worth more than simply what they're able to produce and what they're able to contribute. Simply by virtue of being people, they have a certain amount of worth. But when this week's Torah portion of Behar comes along and says that also it's the land that deserves a break, also it's the land that deserves a Shabbat every 7th year, perhaps the lesson to us is that the land has a value simply beyond what it can produce for human beings. That the earth has value simply beyond what it can make for us or what it can provide for us when we work it. That there's some sort of intrinsic value to the land. By laying off working the land, by refraining from trying to constantly take and take and take from the land, by having that 1 year in every 7 where we don't do that, we can start to see that the land is actually something in and of itself beyond what it means to us as human beings. That it has its own sort of worth. And that it's able to simply be every 7 years. It's a great lesson from this week's Torah portion about valuing the land, valuing the earth, and seeing that it's important both for what it gives to us, food and nourishment and all sorts of resources, but it also has a worth in addition to that. It also has a value in addition to that. And it's a reminder found in this week's Torah portion of Behar. So let me just end by again saying how much I love my plant, how much I appreciate it, and you know what? It has no fruit. It has nothing that I take out of it. I'm just so happy to be able to spend time with my plant. It's a wonderful plant. Here, have another spritz. If you like this video, please like it, please share it with your friends so that we can build up our community and have even more people join us. It'd be great to share this with others. So please go ahead and do that. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing everyone again next time. Bye.